Hello, I'm Travis Wilson, and I'm here at the St. Charles County Association of Realtors. This group of individuals has been marketing one of the most unique and historic aspects of the entire country for both residential and commercial uses. So come with me and learn as we check it out. I'm joined today by St. Charles County Association of Realtors CEO Mark Stallman. Mark, thanks for taking the time to be with us today.
Well, thank you, Travis. Thanks for coming by.
Absolutely. So, Mark, tell me a little bit about what happens here at the association and how it works.
Well, here at the St. Charles County Association of Realtors, we represent realtors and those at affiliated industries here in St. Charles County. Currently, we represent about 1,500 realtors and about 200 affiliate members. Our affiliate members are the lenders, surveyors, building inspectors, contractors, and other people involved in the home selling and home building industries.
Excellent. So now you represent both commercial and residential,
yes,
correct?
Yes, we do. Yes, we do.
And so walk me through a little bit what's happening here in St. Charles, the city of St. Charles, in regards to residential uses right now.
Well, we've had a great year. 2015 was phenomenal. It was actually the best year on record. It's no secret that here in St. Charles City and throughout our region as well as around the country, there were some tough times in past years. The recession caused a lot of heartache. A lot of people were forced into foreclosure and other issues regarding their homes. The good news is we here in the St. Charles area did not suffer nearly as many problems as other parts of the country have. And I can now report that the market is back in St. Charles County and here in the city of St. Charles. In 2015, in the city of St. Charles, the median home sold for $185,000. That is, we calculate median home by the middle ground. The same equal number of homes sold lower than 185,000, an equal number of sold higher than 85,000. And the good news is that is the highest median home price we have ever seen in the city of St. Charles.
Really?
Yes, frankly, our records go back 10 years, but you know the market was different 10 years ago. So,
absolutely.
The median home price, the highest we had prior to this past year, was before the recession and the troubles hit in 2006, and we were at 183,000. So we're now up at 185. We have surpassed that, and homes are selling. In 2015, 1,859 single-family homes sold in the city, and that also is the highest we've ever seen.
Wow.
It's a great market. Things are moving forward, and if you've got residents thinking about selling, it's a great time to sell or buy. How long do you think it takes a home to sell in the city of St. Charles in 2015?
Would I be correct in guessing it was less than 30 days?
It is 25 days.
Really?
25 days on median home sales in St. Charles City.
That's just over 3 weeks.
Yeah, it's incredible. So if people watching this are putting their home on the market, they also want to start looking to where they want to live next because it's going to sell. The market's been great, and we've seen that comeback that we knew would happen because the fundamentals are strong. Home ownership has always been the best source of long-term financial growth for American families, and it continues to be, and it's back. We went through a rough stretch, but it's back, and it's back strong. On a national level, the net worth of homeowners is over 100 times greater than that of renters. Home ownership builds long-term security and long-term financial viability for families, and that was true prior to the recession, and it's still true today, and the market statistics bear that out. A strong economy with job opportunities is essential, and for an area, good schools, safe neighborhoods, the availability of a variety of housing is key. In if you think about it, in 2015, over 1,800 homes sold, and the median price was $185,000. So half of the homes that sold in the city of St. Charles sold for less than that. And a prosperous community, a community with strong growth and strong market, has homes for all income brackets, homes for all levels of buyers, be it they starting out young couple, young family, those that are ready to buy their dream home, and those that are starting to think about it's time to downsize or maybe retire. Mm-hmm. And St. Charles City has all those factors. And that is also led to why you've seen projects such as Newtown development, the Village of Providence, the old Emmaus Homes property, because it's a great location. Mm-hmm. And the available land, and now that the market has picked up and the demand is strong, builders are seeing it as a great place to buy, a great place to build, and a great place to buy.
And you mentioned that Emmaus Homes development, the Villages of Provence, and I want to talk a little bit more about that. I think that's an amazing development for St. Charles, particularly because in that ward of the city, there has not been a new home for the past 40 years. Is that right?
That's correct. You know, we built, obviously the availability of land is less. The city of St. Charles is very highly developed. And to have builders coming in and taking relatively smaller pieces of property and building there is a tribute to what the area offers and the demand for homes in the area. And the Emmaus Home, the Providence development, now we're seeing the next phase of Newtown and some of the other developments that are happening are proof that the market is strong. And when you have a strong area and a great location, builders are going to look to see what available land there is, even in developed areas.
Absolutely, and that's what we're seeing here in St. Charles with the estates at Tallbridge and also Charlestown Crossing, the new T.R. Hughes development. Lots of different things. Options, I think, is what it really comes down to. There's a lot of options available that weren't available even a few years ago.
Exactly. Lots of options.
And it's not just happening in the residential aspect, but it's also happening in the commercial aspect as well, isn't it?
Oh, yes. You're seeing so much going on in the commercial area. I mean, the phenomenal Streets of St. Charles development. Every time I go through there, there's a new restaurant or a new building going up. It's awesome. Those of us that are old enough to remember the days of Noah's Ark and so forth, it is...
It's quite different.
It's quite different. But it's what that's done has become the signature development. And it's the kind of development that we're seeing across the country, where you can combine residential, office, retail, and restaurant and entertainment. It's the type of development that people are looking for, particularly the millennial generation is looking for.
Absolutely. So not only are new things happening, like the Streets of St. Charles that you mentioned, but we're also seeing things like Kilwin's Candy Store down on Main Street. We also see the Sugar Bot Sweet Shop and also Sucrose Bakery on 5th Street. These are places that were older buildings, and they're getting a fresh look, new investment. They're getting refinished on the inside, and they're turning out a new product that is really remarkable. We're seeing sort of that economic drive start to take hold. What do you think can help us to keep that rhythm going?
What the city needs, and all cities really, is they have so much to offer. And you're seeing redevelopment because of location, because of the unique nature, the beauty, and the unique tourist nature and the unique draw that is Main Street St. Charles, the historical buildings, the walkability of those shops. You're seeing that draw has always drawn people in, and now the economy has come back to where it makes sense to put money back into those properties. It's a partnership with the cities, the county, and the commercial realtors and those that want to build or open or redevelop their stores and offices and so forth.
Well, and you hit on something that it's really key. I think we're talking about the business relationships that are necessary, and being able to partner with some of your commercial affiliates such as the Desco Group that helped us to build University Commons and the new Schnooks that's going in there, and also Cullinan Properties that was helping us to build Streets of St. Charles. And so it's the relationships that we're able to develop. Would you say that there would be a way to continue to build on those types of relationships in order to make sure that we don't stop here, but we're able to really build upon the growth that we're seeing to get to the next level with St. Charles?
Exactly. We need to keep doing what we're doing. The city of St. Charles and St. Charles County as a whole is doing great things, and we need to keep doing it because we need to keep building. You can never stop looking for new opportunities, new development, new places to expand the business community, the residential community. Cities have to continue to grow, and St. Charles is doing a great job, and St. Charles leaders recognize that, and that's why you have been so successful.
And so let me switch gears on you slightly, Mark. Tell me a little bit more about your association. You obviously have a staff here. Tell me about the work that you do here and who works here.
Well, our association, we are the trade organization for area realtors and affiliates. We provide them the tools they need to help families find homes, help businesses find property or locate their businesses in the community. And we provide the tools such as lockbox system, access to the multi-list system, as well as things like to promote their business, like these coffee cups and the signs you see behind you, and other things to help them. Plus, the very important part of what we do here is we provide education. Like all industries, our business is constantly changing, and realtors have an obligation to their customers, ethical and legal obligation to their customers and clients to promote their best interests and to be up to date on what's happening, to make sure that they know the rules, the regulations, the latest trends in home remodeling, home buying, and so forth, and trends in commercial financing and all these aspects. And we offer regular classes and professional development courses so that they have that information. Plus, we also offer networking opportunities, and we represent a lot of what we do. We represent the realtors before city councils, state government, county government, and we as realtors here in St. Charles and across the nation work hard to promote homeownership and to make sure that elected leaders know that the vital role that homeownership plays in the economy.
Well, it's a fabulous thing to be working on. It's a fabulous job to have. How can people in the community reach you? How can they get a hold of you here at the office?
Here at the office, I have a staff of 4 great ladies that work with me. Bridget Ohms, St. Charles City Alderman, is Government Affairs Director here, and we have a great group of people, and they just need to call us here at 636-946-4022 if they have any questions. You can reach us here at the office, or you can follow us on Facebook at facebook.com/St. Charles Realtors. And we'd love to have any questions you have, any information you need. Please never hesitate to call us.
So, Mark, tell me what it is that you and your staff do to be involved in the community here in the city of St. Charles.
Well, as I said earlier, we believe firmly in what we do, and we are committed to our service to the families we serve. And we know that when a family buys a home, they're not just buying the brick and mortar or the sticks and windows that build that house. They're buying a community. They're buying a lifestyle. They're buying the schools. They're buying the neighborhoods. They're buying the ability to walk through Main Street St. Charles and so forth. And we also know that American dream of home ownership will never be fully enjoyed by any of us until it is available to all. And we know that there are people that in need in this community. We are involved in several organizations, and we are an annual sponsor of the Karen Weidinger Foundation. We have also teamed with many other organizations such as St. Joachim and Ann Health Care Centers, Salvation Army, and Habitat for Humanity here in St. Charles, and many other organizations that support those in need in this community. We are in the process now of forming the St. Charles Realtors Housing Foundation, which will be a charitable, not-for-profit foundation where every cent raised will go to help those organizations that help those in need of housing here in the St. Charles County region.
I also wanted to take a look at an article you had written recently for Streetscape magazine, and in it you said, a recent national survey showed that on average, home sellers that utilized a real estate agent to assist them received $35,000 more for their homes than those who sold it by themselves. Can you elaborate a little bit more on that for us, Mark?
I'd be glad to. My realtors know the market. It is no different. You would not think of diagnosing your own illness, or at least you shouldn't. You go to a professional when you're sick. You go to a professional when you need legal advice or you need tax advice. The best way to deal with those issues is to see a professional. The same is true with hiring a realtor. The realtor will help you make sure that you're pricing your home correctly, that they know the market data, they can read the comparables, and they know how to compare your home objectively to other homes in the area. And they know what it takes to market your home, where to reach buyers, where to find qualified buyers. And they can help those buyers then find financing and go through the whole process. And they can help you through the process. They will do their best to make sure you have no legal issues or you have no problems. You generally don't owe a realtor any money until he's or she is successful in selling your home and you're getting paid the value of your home. And on average, in today's world, it's just plain crazy to try to sell your home without a realtor by your side.
It's kind of like cutting your own hair.
Exactly.
You could do it, but it's not necessarily going to turn out the way you want.
Exactly.
Well, Mark, thank you so much for joining us today. I really appreciate your time.
Thank you for coming by.
Absolutely. Glad to do it. For Mark Stallman and all the staff here at the St. Charles County Association of Realtors, I'm Travis Wilson. This has been Check Out St. Charles. Thank you for watching.